And here we go, getting ready for ride number 2 of 3. If Levy wins this one, they will go to a decider. If Jack wins, then it is on to the next round. We will see how this plays out.
So you can see the little mind games there. They've set themselves up so they're sitting next to the rider that they are not racing against in that semi-final. Sprinting is just so psychological, so many little mind games going on, so many little confidence tricks and ploys to make yourself feel as good as you possibly can for the race you're about to do.
100%, and I think that's one of the reasons we see Max here in this spot, is because he has that experience, he has that confidence to go from 17th to 4th, and now it's going to come down more than just the mindset, but the actual speed of the racing.
Well, we saw from qualifying, you had Hugelen, who was a #1 qualifier. You also had Harry Levy, who was really high up in the qualifying and has won a World Cup this season. Both of them knocked out in the early rounds, probably due to the pressure of being at home championships and the expectations on their shoulders. I'm sure they'll both go on to have great careers in sprinting, but, you know, being cool under pressure is very important in match sprinting.
Exactly, and now you see Max is on the bottom position for this ride because he was up top the previous ride, Jack above. We'll see Max keep it slow again, and what do you think he's going to do coming out of turn 2?
Well, I think he's going to want to take the front. I think he rides well from the front. He's not going to want to let Jack get in front of him and stall him. I think we'll see Max progressively build the pace up in the race, what's known as a razor. And what he's going to try to do is ease off a little bit with just over a lap to go to draw Jack closer to him, punch through the home straight, and then ease off again going into turn 1 to try and take that gap away from Jack. So let's see how successful he is at doing that.
Yep, coming around, first lap done, 2 to go. Max slowly pushing the speed up, but not much. And here he is out of the saddle, getting it up to go so that Jack can't just go over the top.
Yeah, and he's not going flat out there. He's pacing this. He's trying to draw Jack really close to him. Jack's being patient and leaving that gap.
200 meters to go, little bit of gap, and now we're going to see full gas. There's nothing to leave in the tank, and you can just see Jack has a little bit more power than Levy does in the legs.
Yeah, Max just left it a little bit late before he re-accelerated there. That allowed Jack to use that great jump he's got to pull alongside him. They were going side by side around the final turn, and that usually means the guy on the outside is going quicker than the guy on the inside. And as you could see, he then used that extra speed along the home straight to take the win.
Yeah, and you gotta think that Max's legs might be a little bit burnt after getting 3rd in the Kieran yesterday. It definitely plays with the legs and how they're feeling.
Yep, great race. Really enjoying this level of quality of sprinting that we've had this year and how open this competition has been. It's very difficult from the beginning to to pick who were going to be the clear favourites.
Yeah, you never want to go into a competition knowing who's going to win and who's going to get second and who's going to get last. It's always fun to see new guys like these coming into the ranks, and then old guys like Levy pushing them on and making sure they're on their A game.
He's certainly doing that, Nate.
All right, so here we go, ride number 2. Matthew in the top position, Sebastian below him, and again, what are we going to see here?
Well, Sebastian's got to do something, hasn't he? He just got blown away in the last race by Matt's pure speed. So he's got to try and stall him. He's got to move around a lot. He's got to make it difficult for Matt to feel comfortable. He's got to make Matt guess at what's going on.
Yeah, he's definitely fighting an uphill battle. Obviously, losing the first ride and then just knowing the top speed that Matthew has to be somewhat intimidating.
For sure, and you have different qualities of riders. Some riders respond really well to that and are able to raise their game when really under pressure. Sir Chris Hoy would be a great example of that. Jason Kenny would be another great example of guys that could always raise their game. We will see here whether Sebastian's got what it takes today to really give Matt a run for his money.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to raise his game quite a bit because Matthew is on top form. And so we see him coming out of turn 2, 2.5 laps to go. Matthew not pushing on yet, keeping it slow, going up track, making sure that Sebastian is not being too relaxed.
Yeah, still just eyeing each other out at the moment. I would think Matt's feeling pretty confident after his performance in the first ride that he's got the speed to blow past him and take it from the back if he wants. Let's see what Sebastian's going to do.
Yeah, speed's picking up a little bit. Look at the gap that Matthew has, and he's even trying to get a little bit more gap. And what does that gap do for him?
Well, it just gives him room. So it means he's further away from Sebastian. Sebastian, it's harder for Sebastian to get in his way, as you can see he's trying to do here by flicking up and down the track. He's just giving himself what we call racing room.
Yeah, and you see him moving around, using the whole track, picking that speed up out of the saddle. We're coming around with 1 lap to go. Sebastian trying to keep him on his hip, but look at the power that Matthew has. 200 meters to go over the top,
Wow.
And it is no contest. As I can see, Matthew just has the legs there.
Yeah, he's just blown past him there. Sebastian tried to pin him up as they were coming out of turn 4, but he didn't get close enough to really kind of squeeze on Matt or get Matt to think about what he was doing and change his direction. Matt then just had the extra height and was going faster and just blew straight past him. Awesome display of sprinting power and speed.
Yeah, really impressive. And now we see Matthew will move on to the gold medal round with Jack, and Sebastian and Max will go to the bronze ride.